So now let's talk about if you want to quote an online journal. And these are more like scholarly journals or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and come back to my webpage here. And okay, so we have right here the Open Journal of Nursing. And I decided to look at views and experience on patient engagement in healthcare professionals and patients. How are they different? Talk about title. And you can see it's got a lot of authors here, has my publication date. I made sure to get one that says like 2017 because nursing is a constantly evolving field, and so you don't want information that's 10, 12, 15 years old. Okay, and then it does have a DOI right here. We'll need that. So I'm looking at this, and it looks like this site right here will be pretty helpful. However, I'm also going to go right here, which is the downloaded PDF version of that same journal article. Okay, so like I said last time, there's a lot going on here. Even in here, you have navigation, special issues, share this to Twitter or Facebook if you want to post journal articles to Facebook. Some people do that. Here, it's a little bit less overwhelming. So I always start with the easiest thing first, which is the title. Views and experience on patient engagement in healthcare professionals and patients. How are they different? That is a long title. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to pull up my reference page. All right, now you'll see right here, this citation is for a journal article with a DOI. So I'm going to go ahead. We've got our title of the article here. And remember from last time, we only capitalized the first word. So we're going to use views and experience on. Oh, and you can see my habit took over and I was typing capital title case. Patient engagement in healthcare professionals and patients. Perfect. So now you have the title. Okay, next I'm going to look for the authors. Now you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 authors. In a publication this size, you do include all 7 authors in your reference page. And which makes sense to me because as an author, I would want to get credit for my work no matter if I was first on the list of authors or 7th. So let's see here. So if you'll look here, there's actually on some of these a very, very helpful tool, which is how to cite this page. So you look and you can see, okay, Wong, L-E-Y, Liu, S. So I'm going to go ahead and copy their names from here instead of from this part where their names are listed, first name, then last name. And always look around for that. However, so usually those are okay to use. However, this video is helpful so that you can check them because APA and MLA and Chicago and all the other styles do get updated, but not all of the websites that cite them get updated. So for example, this citation right here might be helpful but not necessarily accurate. So we can go through and make sure it's accurate as we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and Command V, and now we have those names as they should be. So you can see last name, initials, period, comma, last name, initial, period, comma, and so on and so forth. Make sure when you do that that it goes into Times New Roman 12-point font. Okay, perfect. So we have our authors. And let's go back and undo that. Okay, so now we need the date of publication. We have the title, the date of publication. Okay, so as you can see, we have received, accepted, published June 2nd, 2017. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, come down here, and it's going to be 2 June 2017. There you are. The more specific you can be, the better. And we already have the title. Perfect. Notice how all of a sudden this ended up single-spaced. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, come up here, and make sure it's still double-spaced. There we go. Now it looks better. Okay, so now we have title of the journal, volume number, and page range. So let's see here. We have an abstract. I have a DOI down here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look at their citation. Open Journal of Nursing, 7, and then there's the page numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Now, not all citations are going to have this, so let's go ahead and find it somewhere else. Okay, so you can see up here it has Open Journal of Nursing, which is the journal that we're looking at. Here's the date of publication, and then the numbers that usually follow, like 7 and these things, are usually the issue number or the volume number and the page range. Okay, you know what? So we have, if they have a citation, you also have, sometimes they'll do their publication information up right here in the top right-hand corner. And then let's go back to, sorry, I don't want to do that. This one, where I'm looking at these different views and see if I can find it on this page. Okay, so it looks like we have our publication date and obviously the Open Journal of Nursing, but it doesn't look like we have the issue number. Okay, so go ahead and click on it and it'll open up a web page with this. So let's see if we can find the issue number here. Okay, here are the page numbers. And here we are. Volume 7, number 6, June 2017. Okay, so let's go back to we have the title of the journal. So we'll go ahead and type in the title of our journal, which is Open, I've already forgotten what it's called. Okay. There we are, Open Journal of Nursing. And notice that the title of the journal is italicized. Good rule of thumb, the bigger the publication, the bigger the punctuation. So, for example, articles, newspaper articles, shows, like TV shows within a bigger, or episodes within a TV show, those are all in quotes. Chapters in a book, quotes. Big things like scientific journals, the title of a newspaper like the New Yorker, the title of a full TV show, not just the episode. Things like that, titles of books would all be in italics. And this is title case, so each word is capitalized. Open Journal of Nursing. Okay, so then we have the volume number. And we have volume 7, which is also italicized, but then the page range is not italicized, which is 615 to 629. Talk about big journals. Okay, and then you have the DOI. So the DOI, notice down here, they have this web address. So we don't necessarily want the web address. We want, here it is, the DOI. And the DOI is just a string of numbers. Like I said, it's the digital object identifier. And it says you can do either or here. I always do just the regular DOI. There we go. And it is hyperlinked. And I do want to remove that and add DOI. And not capitalize the D. There we go. So then you right click on the hyperlink, scroll down to here and remove hyperlink. And that should make it so that it's not blue, but in this case it didn't. So then we're going to go ahead, make sure it's in Times New Roman, 12-point font, and that the text color is black. And there you have it, the DOI. And I'm going to go ahead and delete the space between these two because they should be on the same line. Okay. So again, it went single space for some reason. Word just does funny things like this all the time. So just always make sure that your citations are double spaced. And see, now it decided to get rid of my hanging indent. So to do that, you go to paragraph, indentation, special, hanging. Okay, there it goes. It gives me my hanging indent. And there you have how to reference an online journal. Okay, so remember, always start with the easiest thing first, which is usually the title. And then go through and find the authors, the publication date, the journal title, the issue number, and then the page numbers, and then the DOI if they have one. If it does not have a DOI, use the URL, but usually any academic journal or article worth its salt will have a DOI.